Hey everyone, this is Andrew Montoya. I'm going to give some commentary on the events videos that I have from competing at North America's Strongest Man up in Quebec. Overall, it was a great experience. We kind of delve into each event here. Starting out, we got introduced on the back of the trucks, kind of go out and meet the sponsors and everybody, get the crowd going. It's a pretty great experience to start off the weekend. A little nerve-wracking to make sure you didn't want to fall off the trucks or anything, but it was a really cool experience to come out to. Then we started with log, opening lift at 365, using a 10-inch log, which is a little bit weird, something I hadn't really practiced with much, but got 365 up no problem. Then moving on, we had a big jump up to 405, and then kind of got off with my rack position here. The clean felt smooth, but I kind of cleaned it a little bit too far back, so it was sitting under my neck. Made the pressing a little bit difficult, kind of left this one out front. Really should have had that one. And at this point, I was kind of unstable. Gave it another go, but unfortunately missed it. So that was unfortunate, but life goes on. Moved on to Fingal's fingers into yoke. Now, this is the day of the competition was my first time touching a Fingal's finger. Hadn't really gotten any practice on it, didn't have the kit. And on the second one here, my glove slipped, and I managed to smash my fingers against the ground, which was rather unpleasant. I was able to grind through it, though. It's just need a little bit newer football gloves, it turns out. Able to get that over. Then I hustled over to the yoke, which was about 980 if memory serves, and I just picked that off center, and that was just kind of start of a bad day on this one. You're going to kind of lose the angle here. So started off solid, but then I kind of kept twisting. My right side kept going forward farther, and at this point kind of the second finger was a lot harder than expected, so I kind of lost my lungs. But this was a really, really tough event because it was pretty hot out there. It was only supposed to be about like 80 degrees and ended up being in the mid-90s. None of us were expecting that, which made it a little bit more difficult. But, it's strongman, so you just got to keep going. Gassed out right there. Got it a little bit farther for a couple extra picks to just try and pick up some points. I knew this was going to be a tougher event for me. So got it about halfway of the 75-foot run. And then moving on, the next event, which I thought was going to be one of my better ones, was stone, but the day of, we got the first height adjusted to 68 inches, which is kind of rough. I'd never shouldered a stone before. Plus, with these platforms, you kind of got to dunk it on there. So I get it up there, and I kind of am trying to push it over like it's a ledge, but I just got stuck, so I had it on my shoulder, and I was kind of bouncing it against my face like a shot put. So I was kind of up there for a long time. Then eventually kind of had to jump and use my ear and the side of my face to get up and in. There we go. We kind of right here, the last push, finally got it over. I was about a 250 stone, so nothing light. Kind of pumping up the crowd there. Kind of regretted that later because I thought the stone's next going in, and then I realized just how badly I screwed up my tacky there. I went with something that was too light of a blend, and then it just turned into butter on these next stones, which the stones felt light. I just could not get a grip of them. As you can kind of see there, just sliding off. This is my most frustrating event of the weekend. I was really hoping to pick up points there, and I was not happy with how that turned out. Gave it another go and just had nothing left. And so that was really frustrating, but life goes on. Last event of the day is truck pull. I started going with it strong. It's not too heavy of a truck pull compared to some of the other ones we get going, but it's, despite how it looks like, it's actually slightly uphill. The organizer, well, actually it was JF, told us he set the car in neutral and it just rolled back on us, and there's two distinct hills, and I just did not get enough speed going up the first hill, so you could kind of see me stall out here, and then it runs back on you right here. So I'm just trying with all my might to keep it rolling. But when you get stuck on the side of a little bit of an incline, that makes it difficult. And I was having a hard time keeping my footing. And so eventually I had to reset, lean into it, and try and do another start. But that didn't really get any momentum going. And then I had a real bad hyperextend and slip, which is coming up here. Then I ended up being asphalt right there. And there you go, see the truck roll back again. Gave it all I had that day, but it was the end of a kind of a rough day. Just had to go regroup that night, and then we start back off the second day with a wheelbarrow going 20 feet. You get one drop. So this is the second round right here, where this is about 817 in hand, and I had this one going pretty good. I was able to get a good grip on the implement, and I kind of did a little dance over the line there. So I got that one unbroken, which was pretty good points already. Now this one's 871 in hand, which was feeling pretty good on the pick here. With this wheelbarrow, since it's hard wheels instead of rubber wheels, it makes it a little bit tougher to get going. But then I go right here, and then right there, left hand slips out, which is usually what happens, but I didn't look at my hands too much there, but I'd already torn a few calluses, and so kind of hard to finish when that happens, but you got to get a few more inches. And so I ended up a little bit over 10 feet on this one. But right here, you can get it up, and then just I have no skin left to just lose it. But ref made a good point that every inch matters, so definitely a better start to the day. We switched to a front handle deadlift when I was expecting a side handle. This was 815 off the floor, and it filled every bit of it. I was able to get it up going, and then the car kind of shifted on us. And it was just, my back gave out on that second one, which I've been dealing with in training. And I had no business going for this third attempt, but you got to put in a valiant effort in the show. And this one didn't even budge, so I ended up zeroing this event, which was unfortunate, but you give it everything you got. Now this was my best event of the weekend. It was a 360 Viking press, and I was able to bang out a good number of reps. First one I hit solid, reset, and then I started cycling, kind of get some pop into it. It was pretty nice. I got into a nice rhythm, chest up, utilizing all your pecs and everything in there, getting a good base, making sure not to double dip, getting the knees locked. Take a break here, get another feeling in my hands. We were allowed one break. You could put it down once. So I did that when I think I had about 2 left in the tank to refocus, so that way I could hopefully grind out more. There we go, get a solid reset, then just bang them out. And then I was really focusing on leg drive. And then coming up on the last one here, this one took a lot. I was kind of feeling that one in my back after the deadlift, but I was really happy with the number I put up. And then last event, I'm on the far side here, a little bit hard to see, but doing power stairs. The first one's 450. Now, which makes this difficult is that the handle's articulating, so it's hard to control the whole object at once. And each step is 18 inches. And so I was able to get 2, but at this point, last event of a really tough competition. My back is fried. I can't really get much drive up. And I kept dropping this one on my foot. Not my toes, thankfully, but I kept dropping it on my left foot. On looking at the video, I really needed to get my hips lower and thrust through better, but I was just kind of like too close to the thing. But, it is what it is. Ended up giving it about 3 shots here, probably 2 shots too many, but, you got to keep going and try your best, finish hard, and then, just missed it. But I was able to get a couple steps, which I was happy with. Overall, came in 10th. Not the weekend I wanted, but definitely could have gone a lot worse. Definitely learned a lot of things to work on. Very new events for me. About half the events I hadn't done before. And this is my first time doing an 8-event show in 2 days, which is really difficult. And it was my first time going up against tougher competition. I'm grateful to everybody who promoted the event. It was a great time. The fans in Quebec are tremendous. Had an excellent time that weekend. The staff was phenomenal. As always, JF is an ultimate professional and puts on an amazing show. So definitely hoping to earn an invite back next year. And now it's just training for the Shaw Classic in a month and hopefully rest, recover, and just get back after it. Thanks for watching on the channel, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, and hope you all are having a great week.